so we have two timelines colliding right now. We have Ethereum saying we can scale, and the internet computer saying we can make crypto useful. So in this episode, we're going to talk about Vitalik Buterin and get into some clips with Dominic Williams, as well as other posts and stuff from both of them on X. So to kick it off today, Vitalik Buterin went crazy on Twitter. Not really, but he ended up going in on the discussions that they've been having around the role of L2s in the Ethereum ecosystem, basically saying L2s need to get rid of the fact that they're saying we can scale Ethereum. They can no longer say that because many of them aren't actually doing that. They're basically using multisig bridges and stuff, and they're not actually scaling Ethereum. So he wants to get rid of like the trust me bro mentality around some of the stuff that's actually going on in Ethereum because it's not useful, and that the ones that are actually doing stuff, they should focus on other narratives other than just saying we can scale Ethereum, and maybe find more purpose with potentially doing SocialFi and other things. And we're going to get into SocialFi a little bit more later on, and we will talk about what Vitalik also said about SocialFi. But real quick here, we have Dominic Williams saying he's basically quote posting Vitalik warns of a crypto doomsday scenario, saying his greatest fear is that crypto becomes so speculative and no real applications are built. Well, Dominic chimes in saying internet computer and Caffeine AI solve that. So basically, if you're not familiar with Caffeine AI, it is AI coding, and it will let you build on internet computer, which allows for the front and back end to be fully on chain. So full stack, fully on chain on the internet computer. In a sovereign cloud. So in this case, internet computer is actually solving for real applications to be built on blockchain, fully hosted on blockchain. Other networks aren't necessarily solving this. In fact, 99.9% of them aren't. There's others that do host and stuff, but haven't gotten fully into all of the details on those yet. But on the internet computer, Caffeine is solving this with an AI coding tool. You just chat through conversation and boom, apps up. It is still in the early stages of it, and we're going to get into some of the updates and stuff that they shipped. But he goes on to say that Caffeine AI has 162,000 fully on-chain apps that were built. And if I'm not mistaken, Caffeine launched in about August or September for the internet computer ecosystem, and you can go to Caffeine AI. And that will
building your apps with Caffeine just got a whole lot smarter.
So they did just ship an update on February 2nd. It has 3 new build modes. So I don't have the whole clip that they have on socials, but you can go to their X account and find it. Basically, they have the instant, they have thinking, and they have pro mode. And it's the start.
We've launched 3 new modes that put you in control. This kicks off our broader agentic rollout, so go and try the new modes in Caffeine today.
Yeah, so it kicks off the start of their rollout of the fully agentic tech team that Dominic posted about earlier. So if you caught that the last episode, it's in that as well that we talk about it. But essentially now, when you put in prompts, you're going to have agents that are not only like coding with the LLM, but they'll be working and setting out to solve other issues and fix and make sure that your app is getting designed more efficiently with Caffeine. So next up, we have DFINITY posting about the CogRev Podcast that Dominic Williams did. It's a great podcast. I haven't watched the full thing. It's 2 hours, but we're going to get into it.
In the end, networks like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana are all about the token. It's all about tokenization. The product is the token.
And which is funny because that kind of goes into Vitalik's whole doomsday scenario, where it's all about speculation and hype, where internet computer actually solves that with allowing you to build real applications. So we're going to get into this clip a little bit further.
And all they're aiming to do is create DeFi, meme coin platforms, NFT platforms, that kind of thing, where lots of trading of these digital assets takes place. Circling back to Caffeine, people are building on the internet computer because that's a way to get great results. Like I'd say 98% plus of Caffeine users are completely unaware that Caffeine is creating their apps on a network. They're probably happy that their app is secure and it's resilient and so on, but they're unaware that they're building on the internet computer.
So one of the key things behind that is DFINITY hasn't actually really been marketing to the Web3 side. They've been marketing mostly to Web2 users, so on Facebook, Instagram, and all that. As you can probably think, like, or imagine, when you're targeting that audience and stuff for ads, they're mostly native to Web2. They probably haven't heard of much in crypto besides Bitcoin, and that's the case for most people. But with Caffeine AI, you're able to talk to an AI, build up your website or an application with ease. And so that is one of the interesting things with Caffeine, is just it's meant for like everyday people to build their e-commerce site, their blogs, and so on. So
they're using Caffeine because it delivers utility to them. There's not a speculative dimension. There's no token involved. They're just doing it because the wish machine grants their wishes and creates and updates their wonderful apps, and those apps are secure and updates don't lose data and things like that.
And so next up, we're going to get into some of the SocialFi. Vitalik had an interesting post that we're going to get into about how he would do creator coins, because he's seen, and we've seen as an industry for 10 years, there has been inconsistent like content incentivization for creators and just Web3 like content like enthusiasts. So most of the SocialFi platforms have a broken model. Like it's just not enough to actually get the ball rolling. Like in most cases, you're getting tips or like you can get some sort of tip or whatever, and it's just not like a really good model, because you're relying on a lot of users to actually come to the platform and engage. But at the same time, they're all trying to be on Web2 socials to bring users to the Web3 thing, and they're the Web3 SocialFi platform, and it's just a mess, because then they're exhausted. There's not great content on Web3. And so on. So, and this is something that's kind of plagued the industry for a while, is when you want people to help you contribute to the path of decentralization, the incentives have to be aligned, and airdrops don't do that. And when you have projects reaching out to you about, hey, can you help us with this for content, and they're just offering you a whitelist for an NFT, like nobody wants that. Like at the end of the day, like no one cares about that. Like as a content creator, you have other things to do. And so like, in general, we need platforms that are more aligned. And if you look at like how Vine was, when Vine came out, it was the 6-second short form video platform, and it took off, and it had some of the biggest creators in the world. Right now, they had like 20 to 30 of the top creators in the world. Like you're talking about like the Paul brothers and so on. And so they decided, like the creators said, we weren't getting paid fairly and stuff on the platform, and so they basically came out and said it was something like they all wanted $1 million each, which Vine had like such a big boom because of them that they probably had enough to cover it, or at least get on some sort of payment to help support these creators. They said no. Vine starts to fail after, and it just collapsed. So again, it's really important for built-in mechanisms for SocialFi to really compound and help with creatives. And so one of the things that I have, because I work in, I'm a producer, and I also have done a lot of work with musicians and so on. So I'm used to creating, and obviously we do interviews and stuff. The Swop is building a creator platform that has a lot of built-in like flywheels and mechanics that are going to incentivize creators. I can't, assure you, like I can't promise you that we're going to be launching this year, but it is something that we're building towards. And the more funding and all that we secure, I hope that this solution can finally be solved. So without further ado, I'm just going to wrap this episode up. But make sure, and one last thing, we did just put out, I just went through, created a Substack. So please go and subscribe to that. There'll be a free newsletter. This is all to help with going into potential launch for the Swap protocol and stuff. So just stay up to date there, and we might even add in more creators and stuff. So if you are interested in writing and stuff, we will look for ways to aligning. But I'm gonna end this video now. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube, and please share and comment below if you want other topics addressed, and we will get to that when we can. So see ya.